Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about and learn about elevating your Appian experience with modern mobile capabilities. My name is Keanu Delgado. I'm a senior product manager at Appian, and I work across Appian's total experience.
My name is Kelsey Robertson. I'm also a senior product manager at Appian, and I focus on product development specifically for Appian Mobile. So I have two questions to kick us off today. The first is, how much time per day are you on your phone? Now, the data-minded among us, you might get a weekly screen time report, and you know exactly how much time that is and see the trend line going up or down. Other of us have no idea. It's okay, take a guess. On average, what do you spend your time on? Connecting with friends and family, getting navigation, checking your emails. What do you think that number adds up to? The average person spends just over 3 hours per day on their phone. Now, the study that published this said 3 hours and 15 minutes to be exact. 3 hours and change is the average. When I first read this, I thought it was really, really low. So if you're much higher than this, don't feel guilty. Me too. Outside of work these days, I'm never on a laptop. I do everything on my phone. I'm Googling everything, ordering stuff, everything's on the phone. All right, second question. How many times per day do you look at your phone? So that 3 hours chunk of time, how many unique visits? Are you watching a YouTube video that's taking up 40 minutes? Are you checking emails to and from work, etc.? How much time, how many unique visits did that add up to? 58 times. Now, I did not know what my number for this was. I looked it up last night. I'm over 200. So if that's any range, don't feel guilty about what yours might be either. Now, what was interesting to me about the study that published this data, they found that 58 times that you check your phone, over 50% of our visits to our phone every day happen during work hours. Okay, so maybe we're all like this guy, going about our desk jobs every day and checking our phone multiple times an hour. I admit, I may check my phone sometimes and have no actual reason to check my phone and realize I just spent 20 minutes and wasted it. I have a problem. It's okay. So whatever the reason that you're using your phone multiple times a day, it's invaluable to have so much connection and information at our fingertips. Mobile devices are mission critical for some jobs that cannot be done behind a desk. Perhaps this resonates with your organization, whether you're in manufacturing, transportation, or at-home healthcare. Gone are the days of paper forms and paper trails. We live in a digital-first age, and modern mobility enables us to operate from anywhere. Over the next 30 minutes, Keanu and I are going to share how you can elevate your total Appian experience with Appian Mobile. We'll cover these 4 areas. We'll talk about what Appian Mobile is, lay a groundwork of common understanding. We'll talk about how you can get started with Appian Mobile, both how your end users can easily onboard to the app and how you as developers can set up a streamlined mobile onboarding experience that matches your organization's branding. We'll talk about leveraging mobile and integrating mobile into your business processes, using data from your mobile users and sending data and information to your mobile users. And then we'll end on talking about our offline mobile capabilities so that you can operate from anywhere.
All right, so we'll start by going over what is Appian Mobile. Appian Mobile is a native mobile app for iOS and Android that you can get from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And Appian Mobile lets you view your applications with a unified design across both web and mobile. It's also simple by design. You can access your applications straight from the app with minimal setup. As soon as your phone can connect to your server, you're all set to start using Appian. We'll go over what that setup looks like in a bit more detail in just a minute. And when users are interacting with your application from mobile, they're getting the same experience as they would get from a web browser, but it's tailored to a mobile screen. Appian looks great on a variety of screen sizes, from phones to tablets, all the way to wide desktop screens. You can even view Appian from your phone browser like Google or Safari, like Google Chrome, Safari, and Appian's going to look great on those too. We're going to mention the term Appian Mobile a lot in this talk, and when we do, just know that we're talking about the native mobile app like what you see on the screen. A big benefit of Appian is that you only need to build your apps once, and users can access them from anywhere. Every Appian application is automatically a mobile app. You don't need to develop it separately for mobile. You don't need mobile-specific expertise, and there are no additional costs to operate on mobile. It's just there automatically as soon as you build your app. That means it's super easy to build a secure and mobile-optimized app with Appian. Your users will get a beautiful, sophisticated experience right from their phone, and all with intuitive and familiar UIs. You can even make that app look great on any screen size, and to take it one step further, you can also make your applications available offline.
All right, let's talk about getting started on Appian Mobile. I'll first talk about an end user onboarding experience to the mobile app, and then I'll hand it over to Keanu, and he'll show you how you as developers can support a streamlined mobile onboarding experience. So let's imagine that an account has just been created for a new Appian user. They might receive an email that gives them instructions and a link to log into their account. Now, we're talking about mobile today, so they're looking at this email on their mobile device. They can tap the link to their Appian account to log in, and when they do, they'd be navigated to a mobile web browser. They receive a branded page that matches their organization's logo and colors, and they have three options. They can choose to download the app for iOS or Android if they don't currently have it. They could launch the app if they already have it, or they could choose to continue on web. Now, since we're focusing on the native mobile app today, they will of course choose to download the app, and they're a new customer or user, so they don't currently have the app. Once the app is downloaded, they will open the app, launch it, and be presented with sign-in. While logging into our account, let's say SAML authentication is configured for their environment, so they can choose to remember me and make future logins easier. If you have a password manager that you use for your account management, you could also use biometrics to log into your account. Once authenticated, our user can navigate through their Appian application, all from this native mobile app for iOS or Android. Now, this is the exact same site that they could visit from a web browser on a laptop or from your mobile browser on your mobile device. As Kiana mentioned, Appian works great on a variety of screen sizes, from your large, wide desktop monitors to very small mobile screens. Now, all of the features and content that are designed in your single Appian application are also available via Appian Mobile. But you have the benefit of a native mobile navigation experience, and you can have additional mobile-specific capabilities, like push notifications. You can access the camera if you need to do barcode scanning or file upload. By using the native mobile app, our users receive an intuitive, familiar experience that matches their organization's branding and is set to operate on iOS and Android.
Okay, so like Kelsey mentioned, not only is it going to match their behavior expectations, this app is also going to match their brand expectations. Developers, you can customize the look and feel of your app to fit your brand and keep your users connected to your ecosystem. You'll be able to create a custom app that wraps around Appian Mobile, and it's fit in your brand. So you can apply those same branding themes all the way across the entire user journey by applying your branding to your Appian ecosystem as well. You can even create a custom app icon that's going to fit your organization's colors, icons, and introductory experience. You can configure all of this branding to be done in the Appian administration console, where you can also enable mobile-specific features for a smooth onboarding. All of these settings here are enabled by default, so you don't need to worry about turning them on, but you'll definitely want to configure the app download link at the bottom to make sure that your users get directed straight to your app as soon as they visit your page from a mobile device. Appian Mobile also supports SAML Remember Me. If your organization uses SAML, You can use that to remember users for a set period of time that you specify so that those users don't have to re-log in every time that they open the application. Appian's also got you covered for your enterprise mobility needs. You can be sure that your data will be secure and protected no matter where your users are connecting from. Enterprise Mobility Management, or EMM, refers to how organizations secure data on their workers' personal devices or company-owned devices. Appian supports EMM in two ways. The first is with mobile application management through Microsoft Intune. You can download the Appian for Intune mobile app that lets you enact Intune app protection policies to protect your data at the app level. For example, you can stop users from downloading data onto their devices, their personal devices, or you can stop users from sharing data in between applications. The second way that Appian lets you do EMM is with mobile device management if your organization has company-owned devices. This will let you meet all of your security requirements for fully managed devices. For example, you can stop users from taking screenshots on their device, or stop them, or force them rather, to re-authenticate if you need them to. Appian Mobile also fits into this mobility strategy with its built-in security and its authentication. All right, up next, we're going to cover how you can leverage mobile processes for all aspects of an application. In just a moment, we're going to show an app for processing incoming requests for escalator repairs. Our employees in the office are going to use the app to schedule repairs with available technicians and order parts that are needed for those repairs. Our repair technicians are also Appian users, and they're going to be using Appian from their phones. They're going to receive new appointment requests and document the repairs straight from the field. And for this application, we're definitely going to want the ability to audit the user's locations for our technicians whenever they complete a repair. This is super simple to achieve in Appian. Every single task can be configured to capture the user's location. You'll capture that location inside of a process variable, which you can then use across your process however you need, whether that's location auditing or simple location tracking. We also want to send out a push notification to our technicians whenever they receive a new repair appointment. You can create and send out custom push notifications using the Send Push Notification Smart service that's available inside of the Appian Process Modeler. Push notifications will let you engage your users to let them know of important updates and just let them know whenever they receive a new task.
All right, so put yourself back in your end user's shoes. Except this time, we're not going to think about the mobile users exactly. We're going to consider a more centralized planning and operations role that might happen in an office environment and using a laptop or desktop. Now, this planning and operations center role, they use this service management application. And as a planning center, they may want to audit all of the locations that have been serviced in the last 3 months. Since location capture is configured for the tasks that the maintenance team is completing when they're doing these service repairs, they have this data easily at hand. This planning team can use the geolocation data collected from mobile users to analyze maybe which locations are the frequent flyers, who has a lot of needs for service, and maybe dig into what's going on at these locations. Why are things constantly breaking? Or they can use this data to forecast staffing for the future. Based off of the needs of the previous 3 months, we can say, okay, these locations, we're going to staff additional service personnel over there. So in addition to using location data that comes from your mobile users, this planning and operations team can send push notifications out to their users directly if there's a schedule that an appointment that they're adding to their schedule, or if there's a schedule change that they need to notify them of. A push notification will instantly notify a technician that they have an appointment they need to attend to. Push notifications keep them connected and informed directly in Appian Mobile, so they don't need to go in between their email and, oh, let me call this service technician, etc. All right, so we've seen how that back office planning center side of the house can leverage data that comes from mobile users and send information to our mobile users. Now we're going to dive back into our mobile users, that maintenance team that is doing service repairs on site locations out in the field, to talk about our offline mobile capabilities. I'll walk us through the end user experience for offline mobile, and then Keanu is going to deep dive into some of the developer insights to keep in mind when designing for offline mobile. Okay, so think about these maintenance technicians. Throughout their day, they visit various different sites and locations to give service repairs. At some locations, they may not have reliable internet connectivity. Maybe they're in the basement working on an elevator shaft or something. They're doing an escalator repair. Their schedule for the day is planned out, so all of their tasks are designed to be offline enabled so that they can continue their work without losing internet connectivity. When working on an offline form, users can experience a dynamic interface that has conditional displays, cascading dropdowns, and wizards. Those rich Appian interfaces that are available for the online experience can also be designed to support your offline users. Now, our technician's going to get to a job site to complete an escalator repair. They're offline, and when they finish their work, they'll put in their notes, certify that the work was completed with a signature, and complete the task, all without internet connectivity. Now, the offline task that was just submitted was done while the device was disconnected, so it was queued. Appian Mobile has a queue for all offline forms that are pending submission back to the server. When the device regains connectivity, all of the pending forms are automatically synced to the server. The technician doesn't need to remember to go back into the mobile app at the end of their day to submit their work. We handle it for them. Now, while working on an offline task, maybe not everything could be completed at one point in time. All of your offline tasks can be saved as a draft, including uploaded files, so that work can be resumed later on. Now, over the last year, we have continued to invest in expanding our offline mobile capabilities. One of the most recent features we've invested in is auto recovery for offline tasks. In the event a user didn't save all of their work in progress, or perhaps the app closed unexpectedly, it was in the background, the operating system closed it, which is totally normal in the mobile space, we'll save all of the user's work for them. Appian Mobile will auto-recover offline tasks that were closed unexpectedly or forgotten to be saved. When the user returns to that task, they'll receive a dialog like this, and they can choose to continue where they left off and persist all of their unsaved changes. Users can be confident when using offline mobile that your data is secure and safe.
All right, so the developers in the audience, you're probably wondering, how exactly do these offline forms work? So we have this diagram to illustrate the life cycle of an offline form. We'll start at point number 1. The form will get downloaded to the user's device before they go offline right from the server. We're going to use this dividing line to show the difference of what happens online versus what happens offline. So once the user goes offline at point 2, they're going to start inputting data into the form, maybe playing around with the form. And at point number 3, that form will get updated locally right on the user's device using Sail technology to react dynamically as the user makes changes to the page. Then at point number 4, when the form is complete, the data gets saved, encrypted on the user's device. Finally, they'll regain internet connection, and as soon as they do, that form will get submitted right to the server automatically. And that's it. Pretty simple. You can configure any interface to be available offline straight from the interface designer. The interface is the building block in Appian to create rich offline enabled forms. First, you'll design that interface, and then you'll configure it to be available as either a task or an action. And because your offline interfaces have to be used offline, you need to load the data to the user's device ahead of time. To do that, all you need to do is put your data in local variables at the top of your interface. To help you out with that, we have design guidance in the product that will let you know whenever you use a function that might not be available offline, or if you try to use it in a place where it can't preload that data ahead of time. As Kelsey mentioned, offline interfaces can use complex components like cascading dropdowns, validations, wizards, conditional displays. Just because your users might be offline doesn't mean that they don't deserve a great user experience. And as you begin designing these offline forms, make sure to check out our docs for offline mobile. We have a bunch of design best practices in a checklist and a lot of examples to help set you up for success.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground about Appian Mobile, so let's recap. We've talked about these 4 different areas. What is Appian Mobile? A native mobile app for iOS and Android devices, specifically optimized for a mobile navigation experience and the addition of mobile-specific capabilities. We've talked about getting started with Appian Mobile, how your end users can easily onboard to the mobile app, and how developers can create a custom-branded app experience for your Appian users. We've talked about leveraging Appian Mobile and integrating mobile into your business process, sending data to your mobile users, and leveraging data from your mobile users. And we've covered how you can operate from anywhere, disconnected with offline tasks and actions. So, with Appian Mobile, think about your end users. They can experience a familiar UI that's easy to onboard to from any device, and it matches the web and mobile experience. Any Appian application is unified across web and mobile. Your end users will receive an intuitive native mobile app that's native to their iOS and Android operating system behavior. And as the native mobile app, Appian Mobile features unique mobile-specific capabilities. We covered in depth about push notifications and location capture, but you could also access the camera if you need to do barcode scanning. Perhaps you're in logistics and supply chain management. Or you can access the camera to do photo uploads, video uploads for file uploads. With Appian Mobile, every process can be digitized. You don't need those paper forms and paper trails. And everyone can be connected to Appian from everywhere, even offline. So whether your users are out in the field, at on-site locations, going around to different locations every day, or in the basement of an office building doing an escalator repair and have no connectivity, Appian is accessible. All right, as Appian developers, you are also Appian mobile developers. Appian's low-code platform equips you for fast, easy, and visual mobile app development with low code. You can build a mobile app using the same skill set that you have today for building low-code web apps. There's no native mobile expertise required. Every Appian app is also automatically an Appian mobile app. As developers, you can design incredible mobile UIs with Appian's built-in responsive design capabilities. Appian makes it easy to design for small screens such as mobile and tablet form factors directly in the interface designer. You can drag and drop components and patterns into that small screen and see where you might want to optimize something for a small screen. We have tools to help you do this. There are functions specific to mobile, like Abang is native mobile, so you can do conditionality based on if your users are expecting to do something on a mobile app or on the web. We also have stack when parameters, so you can do responsive design based on small screen sizes. Our Appian docs are a great resource to get inspiration and learn about some of these responsive design capabilities. And lastly, as developers, you can update and deploy applications instantly on mobile, just like you do on web. Appian Mobile is a secure and enterprise-grade mobile app, so you can deploy and operate with confidence. Appian is mobile ready for everyone. You build once and deploy everywhere, across web and mobile, connected or disconnected. There's no additional cost to operate on mobile and integrate mobile into your current processes. You don't even need to decide in advance that you want mobile. Appian is the singular system for digital transformation. You can connect all of your users with the same system, data, and UIs, wherever they are, even on mobile and even offline. All right, so what's next? If you are currently an Appian customer, you can use Appian today and log into the mobile app. In just a moment, I'll throw up some QR codes, and you can scan it for iOS and Android. If you would like to keep learning about our total experience capabilities, there are 2 opportunities tomorrow. At 10:30, there's a session for Appian portals, and at 11:30, there's a session to learn more about UX design best practices. I highly encourage you to check out release notes and Appian mobile docs. We publish the latest features. You can get UX inspiration, even for small screen sizes, and you can learn more about mobile design best practices. So we've got QR codes here for iOS and Android. You can scan those. It'll prompt you to download the mobile app for your respective operating system. Once downloaded, you just put in the server URL to the app, just like you would access the app on your mobile web browser or your desktop web browser. If you perhaps have an email sitting in your inbox with an Appian link to it, that is a great place to tap on it in your mobile device and directly go through that onboarding flow, just like we walked through earlier. We're ending a bit early here, so Keanu and I have a few minutes available to meet with you all at the front if you would like to ask any questions about mobile and your organization. Thank you.